Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. This is probably one that I'll unlist later. You can access all of these from the unlisted live streams playlist, by the way. Well, I guess you know that if you're already here. And the reason why is there is something I really have been wanting to do for a while. One of my big projects is talking about structures and actually just going ahead and making some. But weirdly, it's been a project I've been procrastinating for a really long time. And, you know, like usually by the time I get time to do it, it's like, well, you know, I've got to stream, I've got to do this. And I figured it might be fun for you to come along on this journey of me making some structures. And so, hello, I'm IBX Toycat. Let's do a bit more of a casual, almost how we do chill in Minecraft with everything else, but let's actually build some structures in here too. I have about a dozen structures I'd love to build in this world because I've been working towards I've been working for a big project which will involve some structures for a while now. And, I feel like, because I really enjoy structures. I think they're a great part of Minecraft. And I feel like, the idea of just like, okay, you can wait for Mojang to make some stuff is a really great idea. But I also think that it's fun to make my own, at least as a proof of concept. I think in some part you learn about how hard it is to make structures, but in another part you have a lot of fun. And so what is the difference between building a structure and building a thing? You know, for example, if I take some dark oak planks and some stone and some andesite slabs, I could build something right now. Let's do it. So this is technically a structure, right? I don't know what type of structure it is. You know, let's make it a little bit more conclusive. And yeah, there we go. This is a building, but it's arguably this is a build. But arguably, it's a structure too. What makes it not a build, and what makes it from a build into a structure? I think being 2D doesn't help its case, actually. Here we go. As you can see, I've got myself something. When does something go from being a build to being a structure is a really interesting question that I think the answer to is, well, it should feel like something that you encounter in a world. It should feel almost not built by you, which is hard when you're the one building the structure. But I think that looking at the existing structures that Minecraft has, such as the Woodland Mansion, the villages, the portals, the pillager towers, I think looking at these structures should give us a good idea about what we can expect. So aren't they the same things as Jamie? If you do it poorly, I think they should seem like the same thing. Oh, by the way, Kat, I'll start this chat challenge of yours. Let's get that rum going. Lamau, so how's Toycat? How's it going, bud? It's going really well. Thank you for asking. I finished the Fallout TV show recently. Really, really loving it, I have to say. So let's start with our first structure. In this particular world, the spawn is going to be over here, and I want to have one structure that draws the player's eye. I think if you're right down here in the grass, you might be able to look over there and see the mansion if you really look. You might be able to see over the hill and into, like a savannah village, or indeed even another ruined portal in the distance there. But I want to have something which immediately tells the player, this is the first thing you should do in a world. And so I feel like what I want to do is I want to have a very nice build going over here. Making a marketplace map, says Akiruri. A little bit, actually. Fun fact. I have intentions that I feel like this would be fun for that, but no spoilers. Yeah, so I don't intend to spoil. I don't think there is anything you could spoil about the Fallout TV show. The only the only spoiler I guess you could say is like they reference a game that they will be making the next season out of, or at least an area from one of the games. But you would learn nothing about this season if I told you what it was. So share the seed, please. It's gorgeous. There's something fun about the seed dasher that makes this a little bit of an impossibility. Sadly, it is very cool though. It's but yeah, the goal here is to start work on a structure that should feel like the natural place for a player to go, and for a challenge the player could immediately deal with. And so I guess, honestly, let's just start placing. Let's just place some blocks, see where this takes us. We'll start with something like this. I think this is a simple enough design. It's almost going to look a little bit... I feel like we want to go for a very kind of oblong shape. So we'll go out like that, and then only go out a few blocks before coming right back in. Almost like an oblong spheroid, I want to say the word is, or an oval. It's probably the correct term for that. But yeah, the goal is to have something which immediately makes players go, ooh, I wonder what's happening there. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to have a big old structure that exists out here. I think It's so New Vegas, says Cat Beanie. Yeah, so you know exactly. I have no idea how you would. Yeah, that is exactly what it is. That is the thing that gets me most excited. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games ever, I think. If you've ever seen, like, of the Let's Plays that I've done on this channel, you know, besides, like, single videos. Also, thank you, Haunted Zombie, for gifting some memberships. Build the world's biggest salmon. That's a good idea, too, huh? But yeah, basically, you know, the world's biggest salmon is impossible to do when you're playing Bedrock Edition, of course. But as I was saying, so there's I really liked Fallout New Vegas. I enjoyed it a lot, and I really kind of like immediately felt like you know, watching the Fallout show, like, well, it's not going to be my favorite game that. But yeah, they referenced at the end that, like, we're going to New Vegas. I have no idea what they're doing there, or if it's actually going to be like a season-long thing, or just a little bit. But it got me excited. It's so rare that in media they make exactly your thing. But I feel like the Fallout show has been exactly that, and it's cool. You know, like, I don't know, like when they make the Minecraft movie, it's gonna feel like a movie made for the casual Minecraft viewer, right? Someone who knows Minecraft exists, but maybe isn't too deep into it. I feel like almost a lot of stuff that is made around Minecraft kind of follows that trend, which is understandable, but at this point there are players who are really, you know, like, into a thing. Also, something looks weird about this, right? I can't describe what it is. I think I've made something too square. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help unsquarify it by putting this over there instead. And then having this have a little dip in the middle, maybe? I don't know what I'm doing, chat. I sometimes feel like I know what I'm doing with structure design. Today is not one of those days. Yeah, that's something, right? No, that's terrible. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move these blocks forwards one. I'm gonna put these, like, over here. And it's gonna represent, like, an archway or, like, an entrance into the build. So we'll have that go up to there, and up to there, and then up to there some more, and then down to here. Also, thank you.
Cat Realm Fund. Gotta love the Toy Cat creative streams. Hope you're as excited for January 20th, 1980 as I am. Cool face.
January 20 of 1980 does sound like a very good time. I hope that I will be alive at that point, but I have I have some theories that I won't be. You don't know what you're doing, Toy Cat? Me neither. What is my life? I mean, does anyone really know what they're doing in life, or do you get slightly better at pretending sometimes? I think sometimes being perfectly aware of what you're doing is a blessing as much as it is a curse. Also, I don't like that, but I don't like this either. So I think we'll go of, like, actually let's have it go out there and then over there, and then yeah, this looks like something, right? No, I have no idea what I've just done. Okay, so we'll do the same up here, and then the same up here, and then we'll do that. And there we go. That's an entrance to a structure, right? I want to say. It looks like I'm making a bucket. This is, I feel like if I just put this on top of it, it would be a perfect bucket right now. Also, you don't have to read this. I don't know how to speak ATM. My brain is mush, but here's to help with that challenge. Thank you, Diamond the Cat. I really appreciate the tip. Oh, what is that over there? Is there just a little bit of lava here? But yeah, I want to have a big old structure, a big tower right here, that I want to have the challenge be parkour. I feel like it's almost impossible to design a Minecraft structure around the concept of parkour, because there are so many ways to beat parkour in Minecraft. And so, for example, right, if we just make a really tall tower, imagine the most basic version of parkour. So this tower just kind of goes up endlessly. I think we should do this via, like, I don't know, a point over here, maybe. So imagine we have a tower. This is what the tower's going to look like. We're only going to raise a few of the points here. I think we should use a different block, but for now we'll just use some of these. Okay, so imagine there is a upper level over here. We've got some blocks that we want to specifically reach up the top. And if you want to encourage players to use parkour to get up there, let's say you make some blocks. You know, like there's a stone block here, and then there's another stone block over there. And then there's another stone block, like, over here. I think this is going to be the fastest way to do that. And then there's another one over there. Except, you know, you can tell players all you like, yeah, what you got to do is you got to run from here, then go from there, and then make sure you jump on the ladder, which is going to be on the side there. I think you can say this as much as you like, but any reasonable player is going to do something which is just like, I'm going to get through this problem by stacking up above it. By the way, I hope you're okay, Diamond the Cat. I hope that you mean you can't speak, like you kind of like overworked yourself or something like that. I feel sometimes like my brain is broken that way. It's kind of a scary feeling. I think the easiest way to avoid it is just like, I don't know, something about not over pushing yourself in certain situations. But yeah, I hope you're doing just fine. I wish I had money to give you membership, says Andrew. I totally understand that not everyone has membership money all of the time. I think it is one of the cooler, you know, it's one of the perk packages I want to build out so that you can feel like, because you know what, it is cool doing a membership system where it's like, oh, just tip if you can. But I think at a certain point you're saying, you know, like by saying like, yeah, well, if you really like something, just support, because I think it's a really great starting system, but I think it starts to make people feel like, oh yeah, well, I mean, this was great, but you know, I think the usual goal is reciprocity of money. So the goal is to build up some membership perks. So if you don't want it, you know, like if you don't want to watch the videos for members only, if you don't like the green name and the cat, and if you don't like all of their benefits, it's like, yeah, you don't feel bad about not wanting those things. Hopefully that you would like them because they are things that help the channel. But that's the goal, is to get to that sort of position. So I am doing okay, says Diamond the Cat. I'm really glad to hear. I'm glad it is an okay type of feeling. So yeah, you can tell players all you like to be like, yeah, make sure you do the parkour correctly here, because that's what the whole thing's about. But no matter how much you try to tell them to do this, a reasonable player is going to be like, I have 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm basically there. I think you might need like 13 for this. 12, 13, 13. There we go. Now just one over there and then another over here. And all of a sudden I've skipped the parkour and I get all of the rewards. There's no easy way to gate that without using barrier blocks, which don't feel Minecrafty if you put them in your world. You could use, you could maybe make it so that you have this all surrounded by something. So hypothetically, we could have this be walled off on all sides. Something like this. But no matter what you do, you know, like, either if you make a big wall like this, then the player who sees that is going to say, I break a block, I break another block, I'm in. Or they can say, okay, I'm going to just go straight over these walls. Like, there we go, in we go. There's no solution to people not doing parkour correctly. So instead, I think the only way to make it work is to make the parkour more fun, or to do it at a point in the game where it makes more sense. You know, like, let's say you literally just spawn in, right? You could make the reward something that is most beneficial early in the game, and also at a time in the game where you don't have blocks, and maybe you could get the reward off some blocks, something that you wouldn't want to stack your way into unnecessarily. I think that is a balancing solution. I don't know if it's the perfect one or anything, but it is what we're going to do right here. So let's now build this out all the way around, which means we place some slabs over here. Make a lovely little collection. I'm kind of liking this so far. And just like that, the structure has a second layer. And we could have some, you know, parkour be built in like kind of randomly like this. But I would rather it all feel kind of organic. So we'll grab a fence. I think the simplest fence to use is usually oak. But we'll grab an oak fence and a dark oak fence. Maybe use a little bit of both. And what we'll do is we'll hang these blocks from the floor somewhere. So maybe all the way down here, we could even say. Like, there we go. Just
Last
connect.
one. Because why not XD also? I have a question. When you went to the States, what's it like to drive vehicles
I
there
heard you were
compared
going to the US
UK?
soon. Yeah.
Going to the US soon?
So whereabout in the US are you going is a big difference to like the question of like what sort of a culture shock is it going to be to drive there, I think. I think the way I would... Okay, so the left versus right, I would say I'm quite lucky, or maybe it is easy for everyone. A lot of people complain about driving on the wrong side of the road, but I tend to find it's very hard to actually do it incorrectly. Like, also, I'll be Cat, friendly reminder, I'll be AFK from the 6th of May for a week because holiday. Oh, weirdly enough, Cat, So one of my editors has lined up their holiday for that week, and I have a holiday. I think it's more or less the same time. So also maybe a checkerboard, birch and oak spawn platform, like in your Let's Play. Oh, I like that idea a lot actually. Instead of using birch and oak, we could use birch and dark oak. That could be kind of fun. So let's grab some birch blocks actually. I like that idea a lot. But yeah, so it's fun to hear. I think it's fun at least. So yeah, let's make the floor of this out of that, just a fun little something, right? Just a little checkerboard pattern. It'll look almost the same, but not quite, which is the goal. It's not. This isn't meant to be like a Let's Play Wild equivalent, but if we can use some design iconography, I think it's a great idea. So yeah, I think to finish up talking about. So driving in the UK, we drive on the right hand of the car and the left hand of the road, whereas in the United States, you drive on the left hand of the car on the right side of the road. And a lot of people get scared about, like, how am I going to do everything in reverse? But road infrastructure is designed to make you do things without having to know. Like, have you ever seen one of those signs that says no entry on the exit of the highway, right? Yeah, I'm sure you've seen them at some point in your life if you're driving. The big red, like, it's a no entry sign. It's very widely known about. But the thing that makes that interesting to me is the fact that it's so rare that anyone ever needs to know about that sign. People understand the design of the roads enough not to need that. It's kind of like a last precaution. And that's because, roads are engineered to make it basically easy for, for even someone who doesn't understand anything to be able to drive. That's why so much of it is symbols, and so much of road design is like, here are the lanes, follow the lane and it will take you places. Because they've tried designing it every other way and people ended up crashing. And so you kind of are lucky if you're driving today that you've got like 100 years of traffic experience sitting behind you. But to the point that we were actually trying to kind of raise there, it means that you don't really have to go through a great deal of work to switch from, from one side of the road to the other. So we'll put a slab there instead of a thing. And then we'll have that connect up to... Oh, that does not work at all. It looks good, though. I like this. So, yeah, this idea isn't going to work perfectly. But we could maybe put this on top. Yeah, if we move this, like, one block to the side, then we could have this... Make it hang from the ceiling, almost. I think that would be kind of appealing looking. And would make it seem like... Oh, we can't place a block there. But yeah, it looks... as long as you ignore this gap, or we could just, like, place that there, then it all starts to make a bit more sense. And then we'll have this one come down from the ground, and this one could go up from the ceiling, and we could just do that endlessly in different ways. But, yeah, so I tend to find, I always wondered why those signs exist. Yeah, right, you get to that point, and it's like, man, I do not know who this sign is for, but I am concerned for their well-being. Yeah, road design tends to make it very easy to know which side to drive on. But yeah, I think I have a little bit of a bias that I'm kind of like, I don't know, ambidextrous on side of the road driving. Like, I learned to drive on the left-hand side of the road solely so that I could drive on the right-hand side of the road. And I'd say my experience is, like, close to 50-50 doing both. I would say the one difference that is a little bit harder is roundabouts. Roundabouts don't intuitively translate from left to right. I have to think almost every single time, like, okay, there is traffic coming from the left. I need to give way to the left in a way that it's not obvious to me. So I'm going to grab a birch fence now, because I don't think oak or dark oak would perfectly fit these. So we'll use a little bit of birch to connect them up, and we'll replace this down there. And then the fun thing about this is it actually makes the parkour just a little bit harder, right? Because now we have to jump on this and jump around it and then jump up over there. But we messed it up. Oh no. It's just, it's a fun little, bonus challenge, I would say. Yeah, this is actually quite a hard jump to make. And then up there, it's hard, but like within the realms of doable to any Minecraft player. And then once you get up here, we could have a chest to reward you. Or we could do something, yeah, I've got to build these pieces here though first. I'm so scared of driving on the other side of the road. The only times I end up driving the wrong side of the road are, again, like, I've never actually done it wrong in a roundabout. But when you're at, like, a petrol station, or when you're, like, when you're in a car park somewhere, I don't intuitively know the right side of the road. And I think I've had some drivers look at me like, why would you go to the left right now? Or why would you go to the right now? But, you know, I don't know. I think that's a very mild error in the grand scheme of things. So, could chains work or no, says Dumb in the Cat? I do think chains would be pretty cool. We should maybe give chains a try. Like, have the top ones hang from chains. Yeah, I guess we'd have the fences come from the bottom and the chains come from the top. Let's give it a try, at least. I think it might be... Worst case, it's just giving the player a few extra blocks to, you know, gather. So chain. It's just called a chain. I guess it's one chain until you have lots of it. But that's still kind of counterintuitive to me. So now we are going to try placing a bunch of these over here. I'll be honest with you, chains are a block I just don't use in survival. I think they're messy to create, but we'll use some in creative because why not? So that's what this looks like now. Yeah, I think it's a nice detail. I think it brings the whole thing into slight equilibrium. But then I also think we could do something cool with this. You know there's that way of having something so that something stays apart because it's being hung up at the same time it's being dropped down. We could have this do something similar. We could have half the building be chains and half it be fences. Nah, I'm not going to do that. That's confusing. In Houston, you have to have an I am in danger attitude just to survive. So, altered reality, so this is part of like what they teach us in the UK, but that is how everyone should be driving all of the time. Like, people say like you have to do it in some places, but it's like you are in danger. You're driving a vehicle that is made of steel, and there are lots of other people who are driving these giant steel vehicles. You are in a lot of danger all of the time. You should be acting like it. And, you know, like, even though, you know, there are road rules, so other drivers should be predictable. That's, you know, the goal, at least. It doesn't actually work out that way, in anyone's opinion. This is kind of nice, right? It's going to look almost like a countdown timer or something when it's done, I think. But yeah, I think for this next section, it might be fun to give the player some blocks that they could, like, stack up with. Might be kind of fun, at least. And you can make that, like, a little bit of a challenge for someone. You can mirror the parkour underground and have the floor be glass. Oh, I like that. I always like when that's pulled off on a build, but I don't think it actually works for a structure. The idea for a structure should be, you're allowed to do whatever you want with this, right? I want the player to look at this and say, yeah, if I climb up and stack over this, that is equally acceptable as an alternative if they really want to. And so that's my kind of overall goal with it. So we're gonna now place just a block over here and over here, and just see if this looks okay when it's finished. I think it kind of does. Oh, it looks like a face. Is it meant to be a face? I'm gonna pretend that it is. Stack all of this all the way to the top, then all of this, and then up to here. And we hopefully will finish with a structure that is something. You can't drive a lot and be scared the whole time, though. The caution has to become a habit, not a conscious. I think the important thing is ideally, you know when to activate the fear emotion. You're right, because if you have it on all the time, you don't know when to extra care. But yeah, in general, I think it's a good idea to look at. You know, this is my crazy controversial take. I think in general, people should try to drive carefully and not kill people. Oh, crazy opinion, Toycat. Can't believe you just said that. But yeah, I think in practicality, people who start to be like that ignore the realities of the human condition, which is the more you do something, the more you start to zone out a little bit. Once you have mastered a challenge, perhaps we could say. The amount of effort you put into that challenge in the future goes down, and kind of rightfully so. Like, you don't want to be putting a lot of work into things that you feel like you don't need to, because who does feel like they want to put work into something that doesn't need it? Andrew's hot take: reckless driving is bad. You know, I'm gonna have a crazy take right here, internet. I think that if you can avoid it, you shouldn't be drinking and also be driving. Oh, crazy opinion again. Can't believe he just said that. Did he really? Yeah, he did. Um, no, I think there's a lot of opinions that, like, once an opinion gets said enough, it almost becomes worthless because everyone knows about that opinion and that is the one that people have. And, yeah, I think the ones about driving, like, everyone should be very aware at this point. Also, it looks very different on this side. What did I do differently? No, I guess it is the same. There's something weird about this, right? There's something very weird about this whole thing. Autopilot on the highway is terrifying. I'll just naturally start following the car in front of me. Not good. I do think that is the interesting quirk about highways, is that they are designed so that you can do that. They actively are hoping that you will turn... I mean, they're not hoping you'll turn off your brain, but they're designing around the idea that you will be able to turn off your brain. Also, this... Okay, this is different to that, right? No, it's exact... Oh, the stairs are the wrong way around. That's what I got wrong. So this stair goes there, and this stair goes there. You gave it a face. Yeah, I did. and then in here we could give the player like a trial chamber map. You can't actually make it a trial chamber map, but we could give them like something interesting, a woodland explorer map or something along those lines. I think would be really great. You give them that and then like some scaffolding, and now they'll be better prepared for it. It's a simple idea, but it's one I really like. Like you do some parkour. You get some scaffolding. What will you do with the scaffolding? Kind of up to you. But I also like the idea that it's a more intense challenge than even this. I feel like this is really, really basic. This should be scaled up a whole extra level. A sign that says, you did it. That is very fun and wholesome. Would have to agree. Do you think you can climb up there with that? No, you can't. You have to remove that block as a bare minimum. So we can put blocks there, though. Yeah, that's what this can look like. Bad opinion, but it's like most people have at least one. They should keep them to themselves. You know, it's... I feel like people say that, but then, you know, we live in a world where people do not keep their... whatever you would compare it to themselves. And so as a result, you know, maybe that phrase is outdated. If we put that there, I think this gets a lot more confusing. It looks like an alien eye. So we're just not going to do that. We're just going to leave it how it is. I thought, at first I was seeing a face, but now I'm seeing two faces, chat. What do you see right now? Do you see like two faces from a distance? Or do you see one big face? Yo, Toy Cat, make a castle and put two of them in the corners. It would look cool. Unfortunately I had to leave as it's already 4:30 AM Tokyo, but I'm glad I finally caught a stream. Says Caitlin. I'm glad you did too. Congratulations on being in Tokyo. Hope you have a great time there. Assuming that's where you are. I'll assume that's where you are. I'll assume that is... you know, you're not just like, well, it's 4:30 in Tokyo. The markets are opening any second. Okay, so chat is saying they see one big face. I see a big villager nose. I see two eyes and a very bulbous nose. I see, yeah, the big nose. Very, very big nose, has to be said. Can we make the nose slightly smaller? Would that help? Yeah, it's a very big nose now. Maybe if we... Okay, if we remove that and go like that instead. It kind of makes it look like a bell more than a nose. Okay, well that's something interesting. So I feel like I built myself into a corner of this one. I want it to go much higher, but I'm not sure how to actually do that. So now we're going to build around the rest of this and see if we can't make it look like something. I think the smartest place to start would probably be put some of these blocks on in front of it, like over here. No, over here maybe. Yeah, over. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this actually. Having like a strong A-frame on a build like this is a bit of a hard one. So if we place a block there, it becomes not very much, but it becomes something, I guess. What if we remove all the blocks from the bottom? What if we just place a bunch of blocks around it like so? Then that would give the build just a little bit of extra character and a little bit of extra like shielding from the world. It's a good step, I guess. What if I start the whole thing again, chat? What if we just say, you know what, not happy with it? Begin the whole thing from scratch. Might be a valid way to deal with this. Because I definitely want to go taller, bigger, stronger, harder, and all that. Yeah, what if we do? I feel like this is one of the hard things to do with projects, but what if you just what if at some point you say, that's not where I want it to be, and you make the very hard decision to go again. I think maybe. I think that there's a high bar to deciding to do that. But I'm not perfectly in love with this. And I think that I could be. So, one gust of wind takes this building down. Actually, I imagine the actual like effect of this is it becomes much more wind resistant, because these sticks, I guess they're kind of weaker, but they let all the air go through it. I don't know if you know this, but skyscrapers and big buildings have giant air gaps, because if you don't have the air gaps, the wind actively pushes it, but if you put the air gaps in there, the wind goes through. Give the tool guy a wide brimmed hat. You know, I like that idea. Let's give him a nice big hat. Continue it through a portal. Oh, that's a very fun idea too. But let's do it. If we are, let's go creative with this. Let's say that since, you know, scrapping it's a possibility, we can be a bit more creative and bold with the idea. And so we'll give him a big old hat. We'll start with a bunch of blocks going around here, and that's what we'll do. We'll just start. Yeah, let's give him a hat. Let's give him almost like a wizard hat. So this block and everything else are going to be made of that. And slowly it's going to go inwards. In fact, not slowly, it's going to go quickly inwards. Because a wizard hat isn't just like that, it's like that, you know, or like a dunce hat, I guess we could say. What is his name? He has a face, so he deserves a name. Says Wiser Pluto 7751. You know, that's right. You can't give the faced man. You can't not give the faced man a name. It'd be very rude to just summon him into existence and then pretend he didn't matter to me. So this is, he kind of has like a baseball hat on right now. I guess we could like really lean into the baseball hat by going like this, right? This is the silliest thing I've ever done. He looks like a scarecrow now. Do you see it, chat? He looks like a scarecrow, right? But yeah, we're gonna give him a wizard hat, not a baseball cap. As much as everyone loves baseball caps, the one thing we all love more is presumably wizard hats. So nice and tall, 2 blocks up at a time. Place some blocks over here, then some over here, do the rest of it around, and just slowly have it turn into a very wizardy looking hat, I think. And most importantly, it will have this lovely combination of 2 things. So, okay, so let's just confirm it's looking okay. He looks like a bit of a builder now, right? His face is definitely becoming something different. You're the next Michelangelo, says Bloom. You know, thank you very much, Bloom. I agree. I am the next Michelangelo. Always enjoyed tuning into a ToyCat stream, and I have to go. Oof. Enjoy the rest of your day/night, everyone. Have fun building structures, TC. Looks amazing, lol. I'm glad you think it looks amazing. I'm having a very good time with it, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Looks like he's dying, says Vonix. You know, it looks like he's dying is very rude. Oh yeah, this is a weird hat. Okay, we'll finish it up with one last level. Just like so. And we'll put like a half slab on top of it. Not a half slab, a full slab. There we go. And just like that, we have the wizard man. He doesn't look like a wizard though, does he? It looks like something else entirely. It looks like a pillager outpost, but repurposed to be a man with a face. It looks like the home. Man, why does that heart exist? Home Pride Flower Man. Do you know? Do you have a heart in your chat that blocks some of the words? It's one of the dumbest features YouTubers implemented. Also, it's great to see you, Haunted. Good luck on going to the US. I feel like there's a lot of negative stereotypes from the US to the UK and almost vice versa. But they're both lovely places to live if you're an English-speaking, you know, human being that likes a little bit of craziness in your day. Sometimes the heart is there, sometimes not. Villager outpost. Yeah, this is nice. It's a pillager outpost, but someone gutted the entire thing and put this in instead. So now what we'll do is we'll put some stairs in. You know, we're going to commit to our bit. We're going to have a lovely staircase that just goes from here. So we could build the thing starting, like, here, right? And then, actually, we'll have to go back one block. And then just like this, and then we'll have, like, a branching staircase, but the branching staircase is broken. So it's trying to go up over here, but some of the blocks are destroyed. So the challenge is, can you climb a staircase that looks like this? And the answer is almost no one should be able to. There we go. That's terrible. Let's just have it go up here. And then from here we have to get up to that somehow. So instead, what if we had the staircase kind of change direction one more time, and then go out over here, but also over here, and then try to make you jump up to there from somewhere around here. So up to here, and then up to there. That might be something. I don't know if it's obvious enough that you want to go up there from down here, though. I think it's got to be telegraphed to the player in some more obvious way. Because this is a big tangled mess of blocks. But I think we can do a little bit better. Do a shattered staircase. You know, it's a good idea to shatter the staircase, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, I think that's enough to tell you to jump on here. And then from there, it becomes... Because, you know, it kind of tricks you into thinking you can just walk up this thing, but you got to start jumping, and you jump in, and the jumping gets you realizing that maybe you should be jumping more, and then you're up here, and then you're over there, etc., etc. I think this needs to be made a bit more challenging, so it should start like an extra block over here. Yeah, there we go. Now you got to go around the chains, and then you got to jump up there, and then you got to do the ladder jump. And then I think we should have one last different thing. Also, thank you, Altered Reality, for becoming the 381st channel member. I appreciate you so much. Hope you're doing wonderfully on this fine Friday evening, which we find ourselves sharing today. Yeah, my Minecraft is very big today. Okay, so fun fact, we are now... Okay, so 380... Okay, we're good. 381. I had to do a thing to make that work correctly. If you lived in Fallout Land from any game, where would you live? In a vault, hopefully. If not, then, you know, in extreme pain. So how do we make it... How do we make an interesting parkour way up there, chat? That's the interest. I think, you know, like having a bit of a ladder challenge, a bit of a jump, a bit of... You know, this is all fun. But we should have one last interesting bit of parkour. I think actually using a trapdoor is a fun version of this. The trapdoor is obvious to anyone who has played the game, but maybe not to, you know, like, so there, but like down a block. So let's place one there. I think I got that correctly. And so as long as this is hanging off something, we'll place it down like that. I guess you can still get down there. Yeah, but that's fine. I think that's... If we place a slab here, it looks like you can't land there, I think. But I don't think convincingly enough. Or we could make it so you can't land there by being a little bit sneaky with the blocks above. Like if you just place a... If you just place something that hangs off a tiniest bit. What block goes slightly outside of its own range, chat? Like a staircase? Yeah, I think a staircase is a good example. Like, we'll just take a... There's no such thing as a stone wall or a polished andesite wall. I feel like they're just punishing me with that one. So you have to do that and then land here. Because otherwise... Yeah, I think that's a good... It's a little puzzle. If you really wanted to, you could break some blocks. But from this position, it's hard to break blocks in a way that actually helps you. So you break the blocks and you get in, or you go up there. Lovely. Banner, never mind. Does a banner actually have a physical collision box, Harrison? I actually... Oh, I've got a red banner right here. Always have a red banner on the inventory. You never know when the tides are going to change. But, yeah, the banner does not, if I'm not mistaken, actually prevent you from being in a block. It looks like I'm standing on nothing right now, but I am, in fact, standing on something. Also, no, I missed on Sweet Mint. It's just one block. Yeah, I want something that's a bit less on the nose than a wolf. Speaking of on the nose, catching first stream live, gotta celebrate. Everyone say, wait, what's the celebration? Everyone pop a Pop a party popper for altered reality right now. I think there's an emoji for that at least. I hope there's an emoji for that. Stand up the banner, not against the wall. Wait, so the banner actually exists when it's... No, it doesn't. And you can't stand on it either. And if you put it on the wall, it still doesn't exist. Which is interesting. So, I think that they probably should exist, right? Like, this piece of the banner is physical. It's weird that you can walk through it. If you really think about it, right? If you really think about it. So yeah, we'll make this out of andesite too. Maybe it all can be made out of andesite. And so it's obvious to any normal player that you can't go through here, I think. But if you're smart, you'll know that you just activate that trapdoor. So we'll have that. Oh, that's so weird. I never realized that you can have a trapdoor. Oh, chat, that's blowing my mind a little bit. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh. Look at that. Where does it come from? Where does the extra... Okay, we'll leave that there. So that's like 3 very basic parkour tricks. And in exchange, we'll give you a map for something, and we'll give you a fun thing like that. I think having a spawn map is the ideal, but as a good alternative, that's there. So this was my first attempt at something, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you, not in love with it. It's not my first love, but yeah, I think it's a good sign from which to improve on. So my next idea kind of revolves around the Woodland Mansion. I think whenever you play on a legacy console size world like this one, I think the Woodland Mansions are so hilariously oversized that they actually are charming in a way. And so I figured what could be fun is to do something a little bit similar. So what am I going to do? Make a new Woodland Mansion, but instead of using the same kind of stuff, what if we use some bricks instead? So I think that I'm not just going to palette swap the Woodland Mansion, but I want to take the raw idea, miniaturize it a bit, because I think just for a world this size, I think it's silly to have a full-size mansion, and it's also hard to have that many rooms all have purpose. I think even the regular Woodland Mansion suffers from this. They should add new rooms to the Woodland Mansion, right? Can we all agree on that? But yeah, assuming we're not going to do that, I think instead we say, what if the regular things were made from bricks? Then what would the stone on the outside be made out of? I've learned my lesson about using andesite. I guess you could use granite, but granite and bricks go together a bit too well. Like if you imagine, this with this hanging off it. Actually, I think it might be charming. It will be so ugly that it will be pretty, I assume. Perhaps wrongly. Or maybe we use bricks for the outside and then a different ingredient for the inside. Yeah, I think they should add more variations to existing rooms, like with the trial chambers. Yeah, I think it would be cool if there are some structures that could receive new rooms every update. But I also see why they have to make sure that things stay the way they more or less are in the existing way. But it does feel like a shame at the same time. Okay, so we're going to take a big area somewhere around here. Turn the dark oak into oak. Yeah, you could go kind of that way with it. But I want to go somewhere else. So let's take this big iceberg biome. Very lovely icebergs we've got. And let's have a brick structure be made here. I guess really you want to have the brick structure be made somewhere near a lush cave on a logical level. But I think near the ocean is just as logical. Although they don't live in bricks near oceans, really, do they? I guess where do people live in bricks? I guess in cold environments. So we'll go right here. This is a decent spot. Kind of icebergy, but kind of on the land. And let's make a big old mansion. I think I'm going to make it out of bricks. So this is the positive Z. This is negative X. So we'll start here. And we know that we can go about 25 blocks this way. And we know we can go about 25 blocks this way. And we'll make just a big cube to start with, right? So this is going to seem insane, chat, but just follow me. So it's 25, I guess 24, if we want to make it an odd number, which I guess we do for some reason. We're going to make it 10, and then we're going to make it 24 bricks, and we're going to go hollow, I think. Oh, wait, no, you got to go bricks 0 hollow. No, bricks You can't just type hollow for some reason. What do you have to type? Do you have to... So brick... Oh, it's brick underscore block, right? That's why it wouldn't let me do it. Okay, hollow. So now we have a baseline structure, right? I think you would then say this needs like a second top layer structure. So we'll go into the back right of this. So right now this is 25 blocks, so... Or 24 blocks we're going forward, so 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Okay, so from here, we quickly confirm that's on the Z-axis. We're going to have the same thing over here, but we'll break down a block, and then make this 10 blocks wide, and then we should have the basis for a structure. It looks a little bit like a staircase, honestly. But we could probably fix that by then saying there should be another huge addition over here somewhere. Yeah, like just add something over here. Leave some space for a window. And also, we're going to have to knock down this adjoining wall, but that's fine. We'll work it out later. And, ooh, I messed up that top, but it's fine. No one will notice. Okay, so finish this up over here. This is just the rough prototype for a brick mansion. What do you reckon, chat? It looks like a toilet. Hey, speaking of toilets...
Toy cat is love. Toy cat is life. Toy cat is yes.
I am
nice
love...
staircase.
Thank you. You know, what I'm learning is staircases and toilets look exactly the same. That's what I'm learning here today. Yeah, I think we can't go for an exact cube on the base. That's what I'm learning from all of this. So what I'll do instead is I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we'll go like down here, I guess, a bit. And then we'll add another one of those. But down here. Yeah, let's... Yeah, like over here. Okay, so we're now... Let's count the number of blocks in we are. So we're going to go 5 blocks across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, then this is block 1. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go another 5 blocks forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this... Okay, this sounds like insanity, but just hear me out. So that's 20 blocks there. That's 5 blocks there. And then we'll go 10 blocks high still. Okay, chat. Have I made a successful... No, the ceiling needs to be 1 block higher, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong there. Oh, because I made it from the actual ground floor of this. So there's going to be a brick step in there somewhere. Or we could just lower the ceiling on the rest of this in some parts. Yeah, that looks like a structure. And then we... this is terrible. Make the bottom have windows showing other rooms. It's interesting that Willow Mansions do have windows, right? I think if we were going to have windows, we'd make them out of tinted glass. Because hear me out, right? With tinted glass, you can see what's inside, but also not really, right? So you have a big old window here. And now you know that there's something in there, but you just don't know what. Also, isn't it spooky how much less light gets in when you do this? Very spooky. So, yeah, this is going to be 2 floors. And this is going to be a 3rd floor. So I guess the 3rd floor really needs to have a lower ceiling. Yeah, that's something to think about, actually. Because I don't think we can actually do 2 floors in this space. But I think 1 floor would be insane to go this high. So it's something to consider. Okay, so counting the blocks inside here. If we count the number of blocks to the ceiling, we would end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the ceiling is on 10. Which is a huge problem. Although, I guess that's 4 blocks each floor. So you have 1, 2, 3. And then you'd have a big, like, rooftop here. And then you'd have another 4 blocks up here. Is this enough blocks for a structure? Or is this going to feel way too tiny? When you forget how to use the brush in editor mode. Yeah, I think they... yeah, let's have a greenhouse room. let's do the same on the side here. So go 3 blocks in, make it look like so, and just kind of zoom for it. So looking at this, I think we have a, I think this would be a nice little like greenery room. But we need to now work out the layout on which the building will exist. I don't think, because we're not making a structure that has a lot of variations of a lot of rooms, instead we can kind of just think about this. By the way, thank you very much for the tip, David. I was laughing too much at the time, but I appreciate it. It happens to be real. Okay, so how about we go with something like that? Yeah, that adds a little bit of charm to the outside. And then we'll just surround it by walls going all the way down until the sides here, where it will meet over there. Yeah, you know, that's nice enough, I think. I think we're probably going to have to remove the bottom part of this. But then it looks kind of weird. But we can't do that either, can we? We can do that, actually, just fine. So now I have the whole side of the building go along like this. Yeah, that actually kind of looks majestic, I think. Torture room for silly purposes. The walls are nice. I'm glad you like the walls. This looks almost completely, but not quite like Costco. Okay, chat, if there was a Costco in Minecraft, what will the benefits of it be? We need to think radically about this one. If there was a Costco in Minecraft, what benefits would it provide you? So you come here to go bulk food shopping, right? That's the reason people go to Costco, I think. So, logically, we have to start thinking, what would you get at Costco in Minecraft? You'd get a lot of things. So, obviously, you come here and you're going to get yourself a ridiculous supply of bricks. You know, for people who don't like the amount of work that it takes, normally, that's something. But we also need to be realistic that not everyone wants precisely that. And so, maybe bulk rotten flesh. Okay, that's free cooked chicken. Yeah, in the same way that villagers give you a lot of hay bales, what if this structure gave you a lot of something else? A lot of food. So we take a look at the food. We could say that the easiest crop to give people a lot of is something like the apple. If there were lots of apples here, you would be able to turn those into things yourself, or you could just eat them. Lots of sweet berries would also fit kind of logically here. Yeah, I kind of like that there could be some farm rooms to give you some food supplies. Everyone likes bulk food. Ancient debris, says Targon Black Puppet. You know, people would love the structure if it gave you ancient debris. We could make the structure give you access to a lot of amethyst blocks, for example, but they already have their place. It's a very well put together place. And so if you look at the existing blocks, they almost all have some link somewhere. I think mud is a block that's just a pain to get naturally. And so if it gave you access to mud bricks, which, if I'm not mistaken, mud brick is 4 mud, right? Let me just confirm that it's not 4 mud for 4 bricks. Because if so, we'd probably be better off not doing it. So yeah, 4 packed mud gives you 4 mud bricks. And so giving people packed mud would be better. This isn't mud. Okay, here's packed mud. Yeah, if we gave people a bulk amount of this, would let them make things easier than they otherwise could. So maybe there could be like a huge core of this you got to mine. And on the inside of that core, you could have, you know, a little fun secret. So now we're going to work out lighting. I think tinted glass is fun, but we probably should also have some regular glass. So just to have a nice lit room, let's go over here. And let's say that this is glass. And this can be like kind of the spy hole into the place. And then similarly, so too is this. Just glass everywhere. And then just for now, to stop mob spawning in there, because it's doing some weird things, I'll go into peaceful real quick. Just make this all go away. And now let's work out where the rooms are all going to need to go. Jack-o'-lanterns for lighting perhaps. Also, open chat up to say cakes, but chat beat me to it. Yeah, cakes are something. Cakes would be a really fun type of food, because if I'm not mistaken, you can't break them in survival, right? But having a lot of cake in one place would be fun. You know, let's do it, chat. Okay, so we'll have a greenhouse room, and in that greenhouse, they'll be growing cakes. I don't know if this is easy to actually do. But it'd be fun if we could look like there were cake plants everywhere. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have like some dirt and some water. Like they're actively just growing cake in here. So water, let's go. Is there a way to clear your inventory, chat? Is there like a command for that? I would love to know if there is. So we'll just have a body of water. And then around it we'll have a bunch of dirt. In a 2x2 pattern. And then we'll use this. Maybe we can even make it farmland. I don't think it will stay as farmland if we put cakes on it, though. But just having a room right here where cakes are growing would be a lot of fun, I think. I'm gonna not eat most of the cakes, but you know, that's lore right there. Just why are some of the cakes partially eaten? And, or, yeah, there we go. Now it looks like someone was farming cakes in this room. And so now this is a good baseline for a room, right? It's 5 by 5 by something. But we know the structure is 25 by 25. So you could probably go with some 10 block wide rooms with 5 block wide corridors. But then you'd only get 4 rooms. Like you'd have a big central corridor that goes into 4 rooms. So that actually does kind of work in my opinion. Yeah, let's do it. Let's accept that as fact. So we'll have a bunch of granite. I don't think it should be granite, actually. Yeah, well, for the inside, we should use a different block. Mangrove planks. Yeah, you know, no structure uses them. Let's go ahead and make that work. It would fit the best with the theme of this. And so then we have a whole room that's just over here in the dark with a bunch of cakes. And this one won't have a publicly accessible way. You'd have to look in through the tinted glass to know that this exists. It could be like one of those secret rooms. So, yeah, this should actually be 10 by 10 wide. But I guess this is a slightly broken way in. So then we'll subdivide this into separate areas. Which will be accessed from this main corridor over here. So we'll do a little bit of floor planning right now, chat. Love planning floors. And we'll say that this is clearly going to go over to there. Okay, so when you walk into the mansion... I want it to be kind of like a cross formation. It should look like this. There are 2 ways you can go. You can go down a hallway to the left here, which should be at least 5 blocks wide. Yeah, 3 blocks is just not enough for a hallway, so is that 5 blocks and 5 blocks? It is. And then there'll be rooms here and rooms there. One of these ways should also have a staircase. I kind of like the idea of the staircase being in front of you. But if we put it to the side here, or even like make one of the rooms here, that might make some more sense. So we'll have a 3 block wide staircase over here, and then a room over there. And then we'll make this into 2 separate rooms. And somehow I've got 5 separate rooms plus a staircase on the ground floor. Then as we go up to the second floor, I really need to work on lighting for this place. Should we just put some lanterns on the ceiling? It's an easy idea. Do lanterns actually just hang from ceilings like that? Okay, so let's test it. Yeah, you can just hang a lantern on the ceiling. It would look like an actual real home that way. And yeah, let's make a deli area with a pit of chickens. Fresh cake now 10% cheaper with HelloFresh. You know it's true. If you just go to HelloFresh store, I don't even know what my link is. It's on my second channel. I have to say, the reason that I got like so big into promoting the HelloFresh stuff is it was the most a sponsor has ever offered, like per like subscription. A lot of sponsors are like, hey, yeah, we'll give you like an extra, few dollars if people sign up, and it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But HelloFresh is like, we need subscribers. We'll pay you so much. We think we've reached everyone we can reach outside of the, the very niche maps and Minecraft community. So, okay, after meeting Pixarest, would you be open to going on the Spawn Chance podcast, given the opportunity? Yeah, I'm sure if I asked, there'd be an opportunity, regards to that. I think there's not really many Minecraft podcasts out there, so it'd be great. Also, build a bankery, says Cat Meanie. The bankery is a very good idea. I think the bankery is just by the way. So for anyone who is joining for the first time, I many years ago spoke about my desire for a bakery. Like, what if you could have all the joy of the bakery, all the baked goods that it has, but also you could get your finances done at the same time. And you know, it was a silly, whimsical idea. But then, do you know what happened? Just after I said that, Capital One. If you live in a few U.S. cities, you can go to one of these. Capital One opened up branches of its bank. But those branches of its bank serve baked goods and also coffee. And so Capital One literally stole my bankery idea, and they're getting wealthy on it. And I haven't got my royalty payments yet, but I'm sure they'll be coming soon. So we'll build a doorway over here somewhere. I think, yeah, just like over here, just great. We'll lower this room down to the ground. I've got the whole area over here too, don't I? Yeah, whoopsie. We got a lot of space. We're gonna do something with this space, but that's future me's problem, not current me's problem. And yeah, we'll make it a one-floor extension too. I think it would help with the shape of this thing if we just demolish a lot of this. So we'll take this whole concept, right, and we'll just say fill it with air blocks. Oh no, I removed an actual wall of the structure there. That's okay. You know, I needed to replace these blocks anyway. And then we're gonna have a new wall over here, logically. You know, so yeah, we'll come all the way over to this, and then this can be one of these. Is that actually a good idea? I mean, I guess it technically works, right? And then this can go around the new rest of the building. Does that make any sense? I'm not sure that it does. But I'm going to stick with it anyway. And then we'll walk this all the way around here. And I think we can make the ceiling to this like an extra block higher than the rest, because there's no reason for it not to be. And then we can have some glass looking out onto this like it's a patio or something. Not going to lie, this looks very liminal. Thank you. I think liminal is a compliment, and so I'm going to take it. Don't we all just use banking apps nowadays anyway, says Kat. I think this is the weirdest thing. So banks are closing down their physical branches because, you know, actually, okay, so step one is there are now online-only banks. If you live in the UK at least, one of the big industries in this country is called fintech, financial tech. We don't have the biggest tech industry, but we have a huge finance industry. And so one of the biggest spaces for tech is around finances. There are lots of ways to help people manage their money more effectively. You know, managing money is big business, as it so turns out. What do you know? If you take a small cut of a lot of people's money, you get a lot of money. But so there are loads of banks that are online only in the UK. And so when physical banks close their locations, like help them match their overheads, people say, whoa, 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 no, you can't remove your banking services. You let people sign up for accounts, and now you should be offered to keep those accounts there forever. And I feel bad for them because, like, yeah, those people do expect something to be there for a while. But also, like, you know, like expecting a physical version of something, which everyone does online, is actually really, you know, there's a real problem there. Like, I could see why you would want to keep access to that, but also it's not really the bank's problem in my view of the world. I mean, I guess in some people's view it is. The weird thing about private businesses is some of them are so essential we rely on them all the time. Like something like a grocery store. There's a funny I think it's a San Francisco law that they're like, yeah, grocery stores aren't allowed to leave, or they'll have to pay a fine. Also, I haven't been inside a bank in like 7 years, says Villanelle says. Good to see you, by the way. Yeah, I try to avoid banks at all costs. One of the dumbest things to me is there are some things you can only do from inside a bank, and I try so hard not to have to do those things. And banks really don't want you to be in there to do those things either. So I've seen a lot of people live in other countries. You can bank checks from your phone, and that's like the last reason I ever go. The only other reason I want about the problem with closing physical bank branches is unfair on old people who just don't want to use tech. Yeah, exactly, Harrison. That's kind of my point. Is like it is something that really hurts. Closing bank branches is something the banks want to do, and it's something most people, you know, don't care about. But it's something that a number of their customers are going to be stranded without. But is that the bank's problem? And the answer is societally. We all think that it actually should be. Like, no, yeah, you can't just leave people like that, miss. You know, it's a weird one because there are very few other circumstances where you can say, yeah, we are going to make sure that you are compelled to keep providing this service because we need this service from you so bad. I think a really good solution that like some banks are having, they have bank branches that all of the banks share together. But in general, it's one of the things that makes you realize why either you need to make services that are profitable enough that companies want to do them. So that's why, you know, like, you ever buy life insurance? You know, life insurance is a valuable service for some people, but it's also wildly profitable. Like, it's always, if you ever spot me doing a life insurance ad, you know I got paid deep money, which is, I won't be doing one, I don't think, but in any reasonable timeline. But the actual point there is that life insurance pays a lot because there's a lot of stuff being made. So you don't need to incentivize companies to do it. Companies really, really want it. We need a physical bank of Toy Cat. You know, I agree, we do need a physical bank of Toy Cat. Okay, so this room is going to be... actually, I think this room would be the better packed mud room. Although we need to have the packed mud room be one of the corner ones, so I think this would be better. Although it needs a center. Well, you know, we'll work it out. So, inside the center here, we'll have something fun. So, I want to give people a lot of packed mud chat. So, packed mud is an easy block to come across. But inside all of that packed mud should be some gold blocks. So, you'll pick up a lot of a block that you otherwise probably wouldn't be using. You can throw it away if you really don't care about it. And if you happen to know what's on the inside, you'll get rewarded. And so, this can be the packed mud room. It's just filled floor to ceiling with packed mud. There's no faster way in, there's no slower way in. You just, when you get lucky, you get a lot of packed mud. And then we'll add a roof to this one now. So we'll roof the building up, and it'll be great. Companies keep trying to sell me life insurance. I've got no assets or dependents. Yeah, I really struggle. Like, I think this is a view. This is something that maybe makes me seem like the most callous individual on the earth. It makes you, you know, every now and then you think of something where you're like, I clearly must be, you know, a sociopath if I think this. But if I die, it's kind of game over. If you have people who are desperately reliant on you and have no other, you know, like if you had a disabled son, if you had a wife who had given up her career decades ago and no other assets. Bear in mind, when you die, funerals aren't free, says Chilius Bean. But when you die, the people who love you get all of your money, right? So you need to be, for life insurance to make sense, you need someone who needs a lot of looking after, literally couldn't look after themselves. And at the exact same, so this is going to be a too high staircase, by the way. And at the exact same time, they also need to be someone who won't be well enough looked after by your money. But you need to have enough money to pay for their, you know, for the premiums on it. And I don't understand who that actually is. You had me at disabled son. You know, but even then, right, it still says that you are, it only makes sense if you think you are likely to die and not leave them enough money to find support elsewhere. And yeah, there are some people for whom that actually is impossible, and I don't understand it. Also, life insurance is pointless if you've got no family. Yeah, I mean, you could, yeah. In my opinion, good life insurance is having funds such that you don't immediately, you know, maybe that's a different point for a different time. But I think I think life insurance is a weird concept in and of itself in a lot of ways. Because I'm going to have a big staircase up to the top around here somewhere. I'm going to quickly confirm how wide this is. Yeah, that's wide enough. So the last staircase up to the top will be over here, just kind of going up from the hallway here. And then that way we can make a weird, like, vaulted ceiling effect. Yeah, if we make it start going up here, 3 blocks, 3 blocks, Oh, the floor is actually 1 block higher here than this. So we'll move this out there, that out over there, that up there, and then just put a couple of blocks on the side here. So these couple of blocks should be able to hint from the floor down below. Like, the ceiling will raise a little bit, and it'll be like just a... I think it's clever when rooms kind of give room to other ones. Life insurance is betting a company you will die by a certain age. There'll be financial bills wherever I die, not the extra cash equals better care, ideally. But so it's making a bet that they will die before a certain age, or that you will die before a certain age, rather. Because the thing about it that is kind of the emotional sell is, like, you have to give up real money now for potential money later, and that only makes sense if you're going to die sooner rather than later. If you die in 80 years, life insurance becomes silly. In fact, here's something fun that you might not know. If you ever hear that companies are like, oh yeah, you can have life insurance of $1 million for as little as £12 a month. Do you know why it's as little as £12 a month? It's because you're young. As you get older, your life insurance like slowly goes up, because you actually become likely to die. In other words, it's like saying at a casino table, right? It's like making a bet that the number 36 black will come up 4 times in a row, and if that happens, you'll get paid $1 billion, or I think it's more like $1 million. And all you have to pay is $12, and you're making that bet every single month that 36 black will come up, 4 times in a row. It would be insane to gamble away your life like that, but it's okay because it's insurance, and we all agree insurance is different to gambling, even though it's the same thing but in reverse. People say gambling is bad, but look at the insurance industry. I think that the benefit... Also, we want to have the ceiling kind of go up a few blocks here, because this is all going to be otherwise unusable space. So we'll move that all around, and then we'll have it go up like this. And so we'll use this extra space for something later, potentially. I think it'd be nice, at least. So, yeah, I think the very basic idea that we've got here is nice enough. I mean, there's something happening, but we need a lot more work to make this something real. What do you reckon, chat? Do you think we've got something good here? Also, wall block sculpture for wombat. I couldn't actually tell you I know for sure what a wombat is. Gonna be honest with you, Dan Marsh. I can't be 100% sure I know what a wombat is. And I don't know that many people can. So we'll have this be a big glassy window, I think. Kind of like a fancy mansion. Okay, so right now all the windows are tiny. What if we had a huge one? What if it was literally the entire wall over here, from which you could watch the rest of the world? I think that'd be nice. I don't think it will provide any value. I just think it would be kind of cool, huh? Okay, so go ahead and do this. It needs a roof and a secret attic room. Oh, that's a clever idea, actually. Yeah, make the attic start like just above this block. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and then you would be able to spot it if you were looking from the outside. So we'll have some brick slabs. So make the roof here just a little bit higher than elsewhere. And you wouldn't even notice it was like that. But if you were to go into the secret attic, you would find an extra room. Very fun. Conversation's a bit too timely for me. My dad died on April the 8th. I'm really sorry to hear that, Jenno. I recently lost a parent, and I think it is a surprising amount to go through, because it's the individual you've known on this planet for the longest. So, like, the sides, there's a lot of sides of it that people don't usually talk about, but that would be hugely useful to know, I think, at least. And I think the most useful one is the fact that, like, grief is a very unique and weird emotion. But the thing that people say about it coming in waves is, like, the most true thing I've experienced. Like, sometimes it is there and sometimes it is not. And sometimes it feels like it's entirely gone, and sometimes it feels like it's never going to go away. But yeah, that's how human beings be. We have it's a cool thing that we can care all about people who are dead. Like, if you think about it rationally, right? Like, thinking about you know, having... Grief is one of the most... I think about this... Also, what is happening there? Oh. That was weird. What did I just see? Oh. There's got to be a polar bear up there, right? Yeah. Why is that happening? What is causing that? Is this a polar bear specific issue? This has got to be, right? You get too close to it and it goes away. Do I have a shadow? It's like very specific distances. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. If you put a polar bear in this room, will it project a shadow onto the room below this? I want to know that. Let's grab the polar bear. Let's place him down. And let's see. So there is a max height to this, I imagine. Yeah, there's no shadow being cast. So that's kind of interesting when you think about it, right? Would there be a shadow being cast if there was some dirt blocks around here? So we'll just test that now. I don't think that there is. There is a very specific issue. Oh, no, it is. So will that shadow go all the way through to the ground? So there is a maximum length at which shadows will project. And I couldn't tell you why that is the way that is. Why are the shadows round? Round shadows are such a video game way of just being like, there's something here. Don't question what it is, but it's there. So yeah, we got a lovely roof box here. And now this needs to be made into something that makes people not question the roof. Which is easier said than done sometimes. So we could have the glass go a little higher or lower. I think we'll just go with glass down here though. Yeah, nice big wall of glass to enjoy the view from. And on this side, we'll just have a really tiny window. Because I think it'd be a funny contrast, right? If you're like, you have that on that side, and then on this side, it looks a bit more like this. You get a sad view of not very much, whereas this is entirely glassy. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so the second floor of this also needs to have some rooms. Some of those rooms need to have some value, if we can do this right. And so let's see that we can't. That should go over there. That should go over here. And ooh, I think, yeah, we'll just finish filling that in. So again, I like the idea that there's a very subtle, noticeable little bulge there, so that if anyone is paying a lot of attention, they would question, why are there some blocks there? And you'd work it out, you know, the full layout of the structure. Hopefully they care, but if people don't care, you know, I care. And we'll place a block over here, and there we go. Got a little light in the space. So it's a very basic brick mansion so far, but it's coming together, I think. Have a polar bear in every single room. Yeah, that's a fun idea, actually. So what if you had a polar bear and a baby in every room, and they were kind of like the illagers of this place? They would just attack you. I think that'd be such a silly idea, but I'm kind of committing to it at this point. Make a lantern maze. Ooh. How would a lantern maze work? I don't understand what that is, but I want it anyway. Yeah, this is really nice so far. I kind of like what we've done here, incidentally. I'm going to fill the rest of this with mud. Or actually, if I leave it up there, it'll encourage people to question what's going on. Hopefully. I mean, yeah, I can only hope. A couple of lanterns over there. Do the same over here. I guess every room needs to do something like this. So then we'll do the same just here. And then, yeah, this room will be only visible from the outside. It's just the cake room. We don't question it. IBX Toy Cat. Hide stuff in it. I think, I really do like this idea of, invisibility potion dispensers are needed too. I agree, hide stuff in it. Also a fun idea. So, I am going to take this floor. I guess we should work on the basics of this next one. So, we come up these stairs, and we can go that way. Or, we can say we'll go up onto the roof here. Oh, that's not onto the roof yet. Or we could say we go up a couple blocks here. Yeah, and then we'll have like a little balcony that you could follow around. Okay, this is a silly idea, but hear it out. So by having this... Okay, so there's too many blocks here. Oh yeah, we're at the right layer now. So we just put some granite slabs there. And we have a little pathway people can follow around. Although maybe it should be an extra block higher up. You know what? No, it should be around the wall like this. But then it comes inwards. Oh god, Okay, we'll make this walls actually. And then we'll start having blocks go on the wall. Yeah, we'll have like a little pathway that goes... Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, chat. Okay, well, we'll have this go both ways. You can follow this all the way along to this side. Well, there'll be an entrance on this side. You know, a little window we can go in through. Or we'll have it go all the way along here. And I'll put the clear entrance, like, right on this side. Just something easy to get into. And then we'll put some stairs to connect that to here. And so now the logical thing that players are going to have to do is go to this top floor. I mean, what else can they do? There's no choice. But even though that's the logical thing to do, hopefully it's not the only thing they will do. Yeah, this is either genius or insane, chat. Also, please make every polar bear invisible. I think that's such a dumb and genius idea. I really do like it. Okay, so yeah, this is great. It looks like you have to go to the top floor. There would be a secret if you did. But also you can just go right out the window here. I guess we should make this into that too. You go right out the window here, where you could eventually climb in on the side, or you could climb in on the side over there, and that's where the two parts of this floor will actually be. Yeah, let's connect it up now. Toy Cat, Minecraft, but all the mobs are invisible challenge. I've already done that challenge and it ended very poorly for me. So now we'll brick it all up and probably put a few more lanterns in place while we work out the design for this second floor. I just arrive and see bricks, says the Ender Cyclops. We all know that this is the one most beautiful house design that can be made. We don't need to pretend anymore. It's one of the beauties of life. Is no more pretending is required. So, have you ever played Titanfall 2, Toy Cat? Says Soma Schneider. It's weird how often people ask me about that game. I feel like it must be a joke, like, because they've watched my Titanfall 2 videos. Or it must be one of those games that got way more popular later on. I think Titanfall was one of the smartest game releases ever made. Oh, this is a big wall with nothing to break it up. We need to do something about this. Definitely a requirement. So we'll take that, go all the way around it. Just, you know, try to make the big brick block seem less like it's a big brick box. If we can avoid it, at least. So, yeah, this is all kind of hanging off the edge. And I think we'll put some granite below it. Just regular old granite. Again, something to break up the base from the blocks above it. And, oh, we can have the base go out an extra block here. That does seem kind of nice, actually. Yeah, we accidentally did something good. It needs some Toy Cat graffiti. Yeah, the world needs Toy Cat graffiti, it's true. So we'll have another layer go over here, just as another hint that there might be an attic room. But I don't think we're going to have a window. I think this is all going to be... Yeah, I think otherwise this is how we leave this. I think this looks great and wonderful, and there are no issues. I could have a window on the bottom floor, though, maybe. No, the window is going to be unnecessary there, too. You've got to have a window go somewhere, otherwise, though, so how about that? Just another sad window. Perfect. I don't think you can make a build that looks any better. Okay, so now we'll do a similar thing for this side. We've already got some blocks going up and around it, but we need to go over a lot more of these just to make it look a tiny bit more approachable. Stairs. Okay, and now I think we could have a bunch of granite stairs or something like that to fix and finalize this. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have done this. This is a big mistake. I'm sticking with it. Invisible polar bear face on the side. Oh yeah, polar bear. Okay, you know what? You've sold me. It's the polar bear mansion. What does a polar bear face look like? Okay, polar bear, just let me stare at you for a second. Okay, so it's quite easy to do a polar bear face, as it turns out. So I'll just make one of those right now. So maybe the eyes could be glass and the face could be something else. So we'll have, we'll move this to be like here, and then over here. And then what else does a polar bear face look like? I'm gonna have to summon another one. Yeah, it's quite easy to do a polar bear face, really. And then the rest will just be like granite here. And then goes way out like this. Okay, it's gonna look a little bit strange on the outside, or on the inside, I should say. But now it's very clear exactly what this building stands for. It doesn't work as well as I was hoping. Gonna be honest with you there, chat. What did I do wrong about the polar bear face? There's like a little... There's an extra something that this needs. Like, this has to be made out of another block. Yeah, there we go. That's a polar bear face, right? The ears. Yeah, it's a good point. The building needs ears. Yeah, the polar bear's gonna have ears, so too should my building. So we'll have it just go up a couple blocks like that, and then a couple more blocks like this. There we go. Oh, it's a couple of extra. There we go. Yeah, this is beautiful. I have no complaints. That's for sure. I guess we could just place like a just to do a similar thing here. Yeah, there we go. The whole building has ears like a polar bear, but so too does the actual face. This is a slightly better looking building. I still haven't worked out what's going on over here, so I guess this is the time. This is the moment for it. We'll have a big glassy window here too, I think. Just a nice 5x5 window. Something that makes no one suspect anything, which is a very normal thing to say. Just 5x5 window. No questions whatsoever. And then just as a... we can make people walk through a little window for this. And then this will be a full-size room. And, yeah, so we'll finish it up. It feels like it needs something else, but I think that just having this little extra jut will help the building make more sense as it is. So, chat, I've been watching some TV shows recently. Have you watched any TV shows recently? Don't tell me which TV shows. Just I want to know, have you watched any? Have you liked them? I've been liking TV shows recently. Wow, chat. We have something in common there. You like TV shows, and you have been watching them, and so have I. I have watched 2 recently. That's too much information, General Delogu. I'm just looking for a yes/no binary answer here. Wow. I've also been watching YouTube. Has anyone been watching YouTube recently? Look, if we judge by just these 2 questions, we have a lot in common here, Internet. We're basically the same person. I want it to be known. Oh man, this is a bad noise. You're making me feel bad, Mr. Polar Bear. So yeah, this room feels like it needs to be something. But I don't know what something is. If we leave the walls with a little hole in them like that, I kind of find that charming. I think there's a value in that needs to be kept. Yo, new to this channel, says Actius the Silkwing. Welcome to the channel that you are new to. I hope that it is going wonderfully for you. I never watch YouTube. Oh, I'm feeling like a little Do you ever feel like brain hungry, internet? Like, my brain has just decided to turn off mid-sentence there. Put a chest into that room. Yeah, more rooms do need chests. That is a fact. So I think that we should let some light through from this floor to the next one. I don't think it'll do anything, but it'll just, like, add a little bit of extra detail and texture to this whole thing. So let's go for it. Brain fart. Yeah, I am... That's my default setting. I think it is surprising how much of the time... I think it's surprising how much of the time your brain does work. If you think about... That's things a brain-eating amoeba would say. No thoughts, head empty. You know what? It's true. No thoughts, but head is empty. Also, yeah, a brain-eating amoeba would say that it was brain hungry. It's true. It's so hard to think about nothing. Yeah, if you ever think about the way that your brain actually works, we like to imagine that we are these deep and complicated creatures. But really your brain is just a lot of different things that can connect, and you can tell them the order they should be connecting in. It's really insane we can get anything done at all, let alone that we can feel like we are following a train of thought at any point in time. Let alone following a train of thought with, you know, I would say strangers, but with other people, in any sense of that word. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, I think just having some slabs here will make it just a bit more interesting from the room below, because it'll look like this. Why will it look like this? I don't know. Although we'll also have to slab it up when we get to this over here, because otherwise there'll be a gap between the rooms. So just to avoid that, we'll do this, and we'll also have to do this, and then because we've got this side there, we'll go around there. And then we'll go around here. So now we've got a kind of more controlled size of the room. But I actually kind of like this, right? It makes the rooms feel a little bit more real in a way that's hard to describe. Yeah, I think this is wonderful. The attic will be a lantern maze. What would a lantern maze be, Mr. Gamer? I really want to know. This is one of the things about streaming is I feel like you... Also in America, we don't have trains of thought. We drive our cars of thought, says David Solomano. That's the most un-American thing you've ever said. You drive your pickup trucks of thought. Round these parts, we don't have trains. I think y'all find we drive our F-150 trains of thought. That's my best. That's my best pew pew. No, wait. We drive our... Also, 4J Studios Discord just launched. 4J Studios had a Q&A and actually answered questions about LCE. Oh, that's cool. I'd love to see what that is. As a cowboy, can confirm this is an accurate accident. I think you need some stimulation, Toy Cat. That can be a dangerous mental state. I mean, aren't we all seeking stimulation all of the time? Like, I've heard, it's a dangerous type of human if you're a stimulation-seeking human. But we're all seeking stimulation, right? The danger is when you start seeking stimulation at all costs, or even at the expense of things in your life, right? I think no one can sit there and do nothing for a bit. It's so dumb. I've tried this for a while. Like, sometimes people are like, Toy Cat, you're talking too much. And I'm like, fine, I won't talk. And then a few seconds later, I'm like, yeah, proved you wrong already, didn't I? It's funny, whenever we were like speedrunning, people would be like, Toy Cat, you're talking too much. It's definitely getting in the way of your gameplay. They were like, okay, focus. So the new Fallout TV show is pretty good, huh? People are like, no, Toy Cat, you don't understand. It's like, yeah, right, got you. Be like, so, you ever realize that, you know, we say we have trains of thought, but really what we mean is clearly something entirely else. Okay, so I'm going to build a lot of these going all the way around, just to have a double high room. Not for any particularly good reason. I just think it would kind of be cool. Also, it kind of helps this room feel like it's a corner room rather than anything else. And then we'll finish this up with blocks at the top. And then once we've done that, we can... We don't need to make anything on top of it, but the room already feels a little bit more organic, just having that little extra height level in there. Also, hey chat, says Ash, good to see you. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. It's also possible to get overwhelmed and seek peace. Yeah, there's a perfect balance between seeing lots of stimulating things and seeing no stimulating things. It's boring to sit here doing this all day. Chat, I am avoiding stimulation. I will be looking at my hand and just my hand for the foreseeable future. But at the same time, I think being like, okay, chat, everyone tell me something you'd like to talk about right now, and I will be talking about every single thing that someone drops. Drop it in the chat, I'll talk about it. We'll do it right now together. Let's go. I'm ready emotionally. So did you have anything tasty today? Yes, I had free pasta. Cats. Cats are good. I love them. I saw a cat today. He was a cute cat. I saw the custom glide maps, skylines, and lighthouse. Oh yeah, those look so cool. Boreal. Mashup packs. Love mashup packs. Missing them out. Horticulture. I'm level 74 farming in RuneScape now. Doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. Or if it was true, if I'd be allowed to say it. So, but I believe soon marketplace partners will be able to make their own add-ons. And so I've been looking at the add-ons that came out, like just, you know, as of, I think if that's true, I don't know if it's true or if it's public. So this is me covering myself legally in case I'm saying something that I'm not supposed to. But yeah, I think that, what do we do about this? Yeah, that looks nice, right? I don't know why this needs to exist, but it's something. I've been looking at the current group of add-ons and saying, what would I try to do better? Because everyone has ideas for better add-ons, right? But the reason that people aren't implementing those ideas, it's not because marketplace partners don't have them. It's because it's really hard to make add-ons when the current Microsoft approved setup. And so I've been thinking a lot about what I would like in an add-on. And I think if you had to... Also, look, you can see... Oh, wait, that wasn't related. Yeah, but look, you can see right there, the polar bear. He's making weird holes down here. It just doesn't make any sense. I think the thing that I would like the most... I tried to boil it down to just a single idea. Would be late game content. That lag was so painful. Let me see if the lag... if I have information about it. Streamers disconnected, attempting to reconnect about a minute ago. Oh. Interesting. Sorry about that. Hope you're doing okay, chat. Hope we'll get through this one together. I'm gonna take a quick drink of water. Let's all take a look at the house. Let's all enjoy it so far. Let's have a little sip of water. Water's tasty. I enjoy water. Iranian cyber attack. You know, we all knew it would happen eventually. Had to get on my computer because my phone sound keeps cutting up. You went dark for a bit, and stream is smooth and good for me, by the way. Chat, say pineapples if you can hear me, and say blueberries if you can't. If I say a single blueberry in chat, I know you're lying, and then I'll brand you as a liar forever. Did you say anything about the pre-Columbian East Coast of America during the disconnected time, Toy Cat? Oh yeah, I did. I was you know, people say pre-Columbian, but really we should say pre-Columbian. Also, Blue Apple says Ash. Oh, that was close. Almost had to brand you a permanent liar. Blueberries says Cole Stevens. Sorry, Blueberries says a liar that can't be trusted. Okay, so this is what we got so far. I actually really like this side, chat. I think this side of the building works really well. I think this side of the building is its weakest right now. And this side also could do with some work. So I think it's that sin of just having too many blocks and nothing to really break it apart. And it's kind of hard to just do that, right? But we can try. I think we just, like, if we made an extra piece of the pie come out, that might do a surprising amount of work for us. So we destroy this entire thing here. And then... No, how do we... Maybe some balconies. If we place more blocks, does that help or does that hurt? Yeah, let's do something like that. It's a kind of silly balcony. But I like it nonetheless. There we go. Yeah, the polar bear has its hands out. Loving it. Okay, and now this side... I think this window is just too ugly to keep. I think we're just going to break it. We're just going to accept we don't need a window there. And instead say that we will have a window. I think this is best off being open. I don't know why I think that, chat. But I really believe that this is better being open than being a window. This is like a very industrial looking room. And it just works the way that it works. We'll have like a mangrove door be here or something. Just something to kind of imply that this is there. And I don't know, we can put some redstone here. I feel like redstone is something you rarely need, but it's nice to find. So we'll just have a ton of redstone. You can't run these, it will add a little bit of lag to the world. But again, like we're going to Costco, that's what this building is. And so we have a room that has a very roundabout circuit. And that roundabout circuit will do some silly things. Okay, so we'll go back along here. Okay, so this will give you a whole 12 redstone repeaters. And at the same time, it will do something, you know, just something to bring some joy to people's, you know, a tiny moment of joy, right? How do we do that? We start with a redstone. We connect these up correctly. I think this will do the job. Yeah, I think we could even go like there. Because that won't connect to it. Oh, it will connect to it. So we'll just have some big redstone lamp. Could it be a redstone lamp or could it be fireworks or something? Or could it be something even more? We could do something dangerous like TNT. Can you launch TNT from a dispenser, chat? I've never tried. Okay, let's grab a dispenser. Chat, what do you think? Do you think that if you put TNT in a dispenser, it will launch lit or it won't launch at all? I don't know what makes more sense. I haven't done it ever, to be totally honest with you. Sometimes in Minecraft, there are these interactions that you don't know till you know. Okay, so make your guesses. Oh, yeah. So that's bad. Probably goes without saying. Okay, so if we're going to do one of these, we just have to be aware that it's going to destroy... That's how it works in a cannon. Oh, yeah, you're right. TNT cannons. So we'll place that facing up. And, I don't know, put an invisibility potion inside. It's something we've been suggesting. But we'll have a 6-minute invisibility potion come out of it. And it will just be a silly little thing that you can enjoy. Oh, that's going to connect over there. There, will it? Yeah, it will. Okay, how do we stop that from happening? We'll just remove these two and make it... Oh, but then if we do that... Oh, yeah, that works great. So just to confirm that this works, I'll remove this maybe first. Okay, so... As you can see, it's hilariously slow. But eventually you get your item at the other end. And so now we'll just put the splash potion in. We'll grab the red banner. And we'll put it, I don't know, like over the door. Like just something to make the door harder to access on this side than on the other side. I don't know why that needs to be there. I don't think it's even a good idea. Now that I really think about it. But yeah. Lit dropper, unlit. So... Yeah, if you wanted to make it unlit, I could see how a drop would be a good idea. So this room is currently big and kind of empty. That is a problem. Whatever rooms we actually have in the structure as a whole. So right now, this is one big unbroken space. What if we broke it up? I think the easiest way to break it up would say Let's grab some mangrove. Yeah, let's make sure we have mangrove for this. So this is not the most effective way to grab mangrove blocks, but it's what we're going with. We'll have a mangrove room be over here. It'll be a fairly small one. There can just be something dumb inside of it. But it doesn't need to be very big. Easy peasy. Have the room hallway entrance be in from the side here. And it'll be 3 blocks wide. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got a room, we've got an entrance to it, and it's going to be something silly and small. It's not designed to be big. Then we have a 5 block wide hallway. Is this 5 blocks wide? This is slightly more than 5 blocks. So we could put this there, but that wouldn't achieve very much. But I think we should do it anyway, just to keep consistency. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think this should probably be 3 blocks wide though, to keep it in kind of centered. And we'll just have that run all the way over to here. And then what will be behind it is the player mystery to work out. What are you making, the building? This is a brick mansion. It's a mansion made out of bricks. What is the value of the brick mansion? What is the value behind any mansion? Does blueberry pineapple pie? Oh, blueberry. Wow, I think I consumed alcohol for so long that my tolerance dropped, says Miss Pat Van Driver Lady. I think I would give the advice that the most powerful thing about, like, even if you really enjoy something, taking a nice big break from it really makes your brain, like, reset on it a lot. To the point where I think a lot of people who drink alcohol regularly get basically nothing from it. Because the effects that they do get, they don't even, like, realize. They're like, that's just part of being normal. And that's the saddest thing about picking up, like, an addiction to most things. Is, like, you actually remove the joy from the thing that you really love. I try really hard to, like, instill this value into myself. Because I think, you know, like, the kind of semi-joking comment I made earlier about, like, oh, yeah, isn't everyone stimulation seeking? There's like a real truth to that, right? That we all are looking for. Okay, so this room is going to be this will be ludicrously small if I don't make it all the way across. So we'll make a big old room, no easy way to necessarily get in, and then we'll make another room. I don't think we can make any other rooms. I think this floor has 2 rooms. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I think everyone has this idea of looking for stimulation, looking for good things. Also, Miss Pat, driver lady. You know, I had one rule. I had one controversial opinion earlier. It was that we shouldn't drink and drive too much. And I can't believe, you know, it's a point I've had before. I won't talk about who with in case it's incriminating for that person. But because of the way that alcohol actually works, we measure the effect of it in terms of, I don't know, by gram of blood, I think. It's by blood alcohol content. But really it should be measured by, like, how much does it impair your ability to do the things that you do. Because that is the much more important factor, I think. Yeah, we'll put a staircase there. It doesn't achieve anything on either side, but it makes it look like I know what I'm doing. No, it doesn't. It's very confusing, actually. So we can make this one 3 blocks wide and the other one 3 blocks wide. When we make that 3 blocks wide, then everything gets messy. Yes, measure by impairment. It's like the reason that texting and driving is illegal is not because texting makes you unable to drive. It's because it makes you unable to drive safely. Anything that makes you unable to drive safely when you're driving the big dangerous thing is bad, in my opinion. Do not drive under the influence of cell phones. So the other one that is quite debatable is, like, driving tired. Is I think the studies have been proven that it's basically just as bad as yeah, I think what we'll do here is we'll have a big room. Yeah, this can just be one big access point for a room over here. Yeah, there we go. And if we do it this way, then a lot of people might not even realize that there's a point to it. And now if we do that, we have to brick this in and make the entrance over here, just to make it less obvious that there's something obviously wrong there. So there we go. We've got a layout planned. It's not a perfect layout. And we need more windows, I think, too. But I can't have the windows be sporadic and random. They have to seem like they have a purpose. So let's make sure they do have a purpose. So we'll have a similar window over here. And then we'll have another window in the center over here. Oh yeah, it perfectly works. Love to see it. As long as it looks good on the outside. It's the most important thing about these windows to me. Yeah, that's something. And then we'll have to have some tinted windows on the downstairs. Over here and here too. I think in this room's case, it will achieve next to nothing. But it's something important just for leveling out the building. Yeah, we'll have tinted windows go here. We can make these ones black stained glass or something, but just something to exist to make the balance look a bit better. And then I guess we're probably gonna have to move these windows now, just to make, because I think it's so obviously unbalanced otherwise. There we go, and then break all of this, replace it with some bricks, and we're good. Unfortunately, there's huge social pressure to drive, even if you had a bad night's sleep. Measuring by impairment would also criminalize driving while sleepy, which might be an even bigger problem anyway. Also, imagine going for a ride and you get a DWA, driving while Asian. Also, whoa, do you see that? Oh, chat. I know this is a bug in Minecraft, but tell me you're not freaked out by what you're seeing right now. Oh, look at the banner. It's hard to even work out what's wrong. Your brain can tell something is wrong, but it takes a second to understand what you just saw. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. That's really trippy. Yeah, banners render in front of other items. So if we had water here, the banner would render in... Oh. Whoa, that was cool. If we had water here, the banner would render in front of the water too. It doesn't make any sense, but it is very cool. So I'm just going to let the water freeze and then break it once it's frozen. And I'll just leave it hanging out over there for now. Looks pretty cool. So, yeah, I think we should probably put some of these around this too, just to keep the idea that this is the exterior. So, what upcoming project is this for? Says Evan McGill. I have a few big projects in the pipeline right now. But the biggest one that this is related to is I want to make a video about structures in Minecraft, the value they add and how they can add more. And, you know, like, it's important to me that some of those structures add some value. Okay, there we go. So this is the redstone repeater room. I like this idea of every room giving you abundance of something. This structure is going to be a valuable way to get lots of individual things in quantities that make a difference to the player. So we could have a room that will give you, I don't know, what's a fun one, for example? We could have a room that gives you mob heads. But I think those are meant to be fun the way they are. We'd have a room that's filled with buttons. But again, buttons aren't valuable to most players. A room filled with TNT? Actually, that might be a cool idea. Let's make the secret room a TNT room, right? Let's have it be that this is like all secretly wired up. Such that if you did not know, you might explode. So, yeah, I think that's I don't think I want all these polar bears up here, but we'll leave them here for now. If we just put some TNT piles in a few of these corners, that would provide a lot of value to some players. Just like how the Desert Temple does. And then we could also... I know who Kid Icarus is. Tell me who it is. Give me your secrets. The TNT room is literally risk and reward. Yeah, to make it more risky, we should have, like... We should have something dumb, right? Just, like... Pressure plate. Like, it should be really obviously there. But also still there. Okay, so... If I can't actually put this here. Because if I put this here... Then I think the the polar bears will step on it. Yeah, let's not do that. A trap chest, maybe? Yeah, we'll have a trap chest. It should be so obvious to the player not to do this. But they're going to be too tempted not to, right? There's no way they're not going to. So inside here, we'll put a TNT in the center. And that way players can be rewarded for diffusing this in some way. Hopefully, they will choose to do that. So, yeah, there we go. There's some TNT, there's some reward, there's some punishment if people are looking for it. But we got most of the important stuff. This is a big unbroken wall. For exterior design, I think we have to work it out. A button, levers. Yeah, having some buttons on there would be silly. Just a NES game. Wait, Kid Icarus is a NES game? I know there's a YouTuber called Kid Icarus or Kadic. I didn't. One sec. I'm gonna Google this. Kid Icarus. Oh wow. You know, this is the weird thing. Is like people who are about 10 years older than you will make references to things, and you won't think they're references. You'll think like, oh, that's just what that is. Like if you think about it, Toy Cat, right? If you are below the age of like, if you're young, if you're in your teenage years, that could be something I made up, or that could be something from a video game you haven't heard of. Who's to say which it is? Be sure to test your redstones as altered reality. I don't need to test the redstone. I think it's going to work just great. I don't like this red banner. It's making me deeply uncomfortable. Is there a distance away from the banner where that doesn't happen? Oh, okay. When the banner de-renders, it stops happening. Maybe you made up the video game he hadn't heard of. Who's to say I didn't do that, internet? Oh, look at me now. Looking like I all of a sudden know. Have you heard that that Keanu Reeves is confirmed to be the voice of Shadow in Sonic 3 movie? I have heard that. One of my friends, I have a friend I watch every Sonic movie with, and he just sent me a message as soon as it happened. He's like, no way this is really happening, but it was. So chat, what do I do about this wall? I'm gonna pick one up. What's it called? The spyglass. Yeah, there's something about this that makes me uncomfortable, chat. I'm gonna get closer. Oh, what? oh, yeah, that's bizarre. Is the building gonna serve a purpose, says Quinn Hawks? What do you mean, is it gonna serve a purpose? I think you'll find it already does serve plenty of purpose. What more purpose could it solve, I might even ask. But yeah, of course it will serve a purpose. IBX Toy Cat, move to America, we have freedom and own guns. Do you know you can own guns in the UK? It's a little known fact, but you can. Chat, has anyone seen my newest video? Do you think it's good? It's one of my ones I was most excited about leading into it. But now you know, it's I've got a lot of excited feelings about it. Okay, let's go check it. Let's go check. Are people liking it? What's it looking like? 9 people subscribed because of the video. And it's got 348 more watch hours than usual. I don't know how to measure if that's a good thing or not. How many watch hours do you think a video needs? Shall I leave the stream to watch the video? That's an interesting question, David. I don't think, you know, I would like to know. This is a bad thing to do when someone asks the question. But genuinely, this isn't a trick question. What do you think, internet? Do you think if I upload a video and a stream at the same time, what do you think is more important to watch first? This is a bit of survey question. Oh, man, this is weird. I can't just keep doing this, but I can't not do this either. If we go all the way off to the side here, right? Like, let's get really sideways to this thing. Is it gonna render like it's? Yeah, that's odd. I wonder why that happens and why that's unavoidable. I wonder how many watch hours I have. Watch every video and stream since 2020. It's a good year 2020 was. Haven't been many years like that, huh? Okay, so let's work it out. The best answer is you do what's in your best interest, says Sean Skeeter Sullivan. Do you make money off streaming beyond the tips? I wonder if the YouTube algorithm prefers I went to watch the video. So weirdly enough, streams are the best money-making videos for ads, but very few people watch them compared to videos, so they're the worst money makers overall. If that makes best, you make the most on ads from stream videos, or realistically, people probably watch more ads on a 10-hour stream than on a 7-minute video. But very few people will watch a 10-hour stream, and lots of people will watch a 7-minute video. I think in my case, whenever I upload videos that are shorter than about 8 minutes, people are like, "Why'd you upload this? I don't come here for these. I want to get my teeth into a video," which I think is a funny. I think a lot of people have the opposite problem on YouTube, like as creators. So I'm very blessed in the problem that I do have. Very much like it as a problem to have. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna leave this wall without any granite on it. And I think what do I do with this chat? I can't work it out. 15 minutes is a good video length. Yeah, I remember I've gone through all the phases of people saying, "Wow, these videos are long," to "Wow, these videos are short," to "Wow, I can't believe you're making these videos artificially long to get ad revenue," to now people saying more or less like, "Oh yeah, that's a good length for a video. It's about the right spot." Streaming because you connect with who you're watching. I think releasing videos either immediately before or after your streams is best. Releasing mid-stream reduces your overall income. I think the actual money side of it is videos do their own thing monetarily. Like, okay, you know, let's talk about it. I try not to. I think the way that I make money, generally speaking, is my problem, not your problem. Like, I don't want it to be like your burden to bear or anything, internet. Okay, what if we just do that? Did we solve the problem? No. What if we made it come out a bit? What if it's bricks on this side? But then there's granite blocks in front of it. Okay, is that something? No, it still needs to be more. What if we made it like 2 tall? Yeah, that's something, right? Yeah, and then, but yeah, generally speaking, it's like, I think the you know, like it's all my issue and not your issue. But if you are curious, on YouTube in general, the thing that is the, you know, on streams, money is made from tips. The post-stream money is like, you know, there's like $8 in it sometimes or something like that. Like I've tried, the reason we don't do big ad breaks like they do on Twitch is because I've tried hitting the ad button every 10 minutes or like hitting it multiple times. It doesn't really, like, ads are not a big money maker. Money on stream is made from people who watch it and then decide to tip. That is hopefully not news to anyone watching this. However, so we're going to break this up now too with a similar big thing over here. So wall here, and then I think, was it every other block here? It was. And then wall here, and then wall here, and then wall there. Yep, great. But, hint hint, says David Solimano. You know, yeah, everyone besides David Solimano, and Altered Reality, and Haunted Zombie. Hint hint, yeah, don't make any money besides from tips. But no, the more serious, comment that's meant to come from that is to say, like, that is why I am directly mentioning it here, and that's why I'm just so that it is a known and aware thing. It's not like that's how that is. But when it comes to videos, it's good when subscribers watch higher percentages and all that stuff. It can help with this, but in general, it's not every video that makes a channel money. It's like every 100th video hits the algorithm just right. I still make videos for my subscribers and not the algorithm where possible. But if you can make videos for the algorithm will reward you very well. Okay, so that, if we just move this one block to the right. Oh no, that doesn't work either. What if we make it just a little bit wider? And then we cut the corners out. Yeah, I did something, chat. I don't know if it's good, but I definitely did it. We need cakier cake. I totally agree. We do. What if we make it like a square, and then one of these, and then like a triangle? Can you make a triangle in Minecraft? I don't think you can make a triangle in Minecraft. Like, if I do that, it's not a very good triangle. Yeah, I like that. It's, so here is the outside of my mansion. It's a little bit small, but it's hopefully charming enough. Finally, really people should be buying HelloFresh boxes, says Chantal X Lee. Yeah, generally speaking, if I am directly mentioning something, doing a call to action, it's a way of saying, hey, did you know you can support the channel by doing this? And so on streams, you'll notice the only things I've said in the last, like, 3 or 4 have been, hey, did you know you can tip? It's great. Or become a member or something. I mentioned that, like, every other stream or every stream. I want to be better at mentioning it more consistently, but again, it sometimes feels weird to, like, tell people, you know, about the things that you rely on to do the thing that you're doing. It's a hard thing to get over, but it's something I definitely need to be better at, because so, you know, if you hear me doing it more, that means I'm, like, succeeding in my own I'm succeeding to my own criteria. But yeah, the most recent big benefit is the recent HelloFresh deal, where they're like, yeah, we'll give you a huge amount more than it costs viewers for a box if you just convince people to sign up. You know, like, viewers will get the really discounted HelloFresh boxes. It's a great service. I actually do genuinely like it. But, you know, on top of that, they'll also, you know, you'll also get a big thing. So it's a good way for viewers to, like, tip you by signing up for a subscription. And I love those kind of win-win deals where, like, you as the viewer, you get a good discount. Me as the streamer, you know, like, or the content creator, I'm getting this, you know, like, a great deal too. But also, I don't know why I have this down here. Can I remove these blocks? I cannot remove these blocks. We can remove some of them, but not all of them. Okay, so this is a block lower down than it probably should be, but we'll use it for something nice. So in here, we'll have a single dirt and then a sapling or something. But yeah, if you use the link that's in the description of the last stream, or on the second channel, the latest video there, it's a huge bonus to the channel. But yeah, it's about being tactical as a creator, that you can't. The reason that I think it feels weird to say, did you know you can tip? Did you know you can become a member? To be saying these things is because at some point you worry about all of the content being about the monetization versus the actual thing itself. You know, you come here to do the thing, and for people hopefully come here to watch the thing. And so it feels very weird to talk about. Also, I think cherry is the least likely to be found resource. So having a big tree of it being here would be really cool. We'll just make it look like this, like it's a real tree or something. And then we'll surround it by cherry leaves. We can surround it by a different leaf, honestly. Flowering azalea leaves, sure. Let's go for it. And it'll look like there's a unique tree hanging out in here. But really, that's just my magic working, internet. This is a very realistic tree. Please do not question it. Okay, we got it? I think we got it. Perfect. So we've got 4 more rooms to fill now, chat. I've come up with 3 of them. What about the rest? HelloFresh US only. Thank you, Dasher. There's the link right there. And I think the answer to that is, like, hopefully, if enough people are convinced in a short time, if you're good enough at just saying the thing, and then being able to move on from the thing, but still having people care about it. Because ultimately, the hardest thing about doing ad-style stuff, especially for stuff that you make yourself, is you need to convince people. You know, the worse you are at convincing people, the longer you have to talk about it, right? If I'm like, so here's why HelloFresh is good. You get food, and it's good for cooking. But then, so instead of I'm just like, yeah, I like HelloFresh. It's a great service. It allows you to get into cooking. Gives you ingredients cheaper than you can, or with a discount. It's much cheaper than you can find at a store. Actually gives you a recipe, so you can perfectly create it in something. They give you like a really cool picture, so you know something you can take a snapshot off and be like, look, I made a thing. And it's just, I know, it's just kind of nice, right? Okay, so that's what I'm doing to this room. I don't think this needs the stairs, but I think it softens out the edges a little bit. And there's something a little nice about that, isn't there? And then in this room, we'll have some paintings. Because sometimes you come into a room and you want some extra paintings. So that's what you can find here. Is this of any use to anyone? That's something the viewer will have to decide for themselves. So we'll just make this 4 of the same painting, and then do the same over here. Okay, so man in a bathtub. Man in a bathtub. There we go. Man in a bathtub. Man in a bathtub. But I think just having paintings isn't enough reason for a room to exist. So I think we could go a step beyond that. And, yeah, weird. If you subscribe to Toycat for 6 months, you can use the code POLARBEAR for a free burger in the Poughkeepsie area from me. Man, Poughkeepsie, I guess is how you would say that. Yeah, it's got, you know, logic, or I guess it should be like, it's spelled like cough, but with a P. So Poughkeepsie. If you go to Poughkeepsie, one of the realest places that definitely exists, you know, like you'll hear rumors that it's fake, but all of those rumors come from people who suspiciously live in the real world and not in Poughkeepsie. But I think this room should have something in it that's a bit more hostile towards the player. Or maybe it should just like you step in.
My therapist canceled due to a death in the family, so I bought him a 12-pack of bottled water instead of a sympathy card. I'll also be addressing that it seems I'm more autistic than I thought. There may be an association. Thoughtful face.
I don't understand the death in the family. Like, I think a sympathy card isn't very useful, all things considered. I think I got a couple after my mother died. I think it was nice to know that someone thought about me enough to put the effort in to buy the card. I don't understand the bottle of water. Is that like, you know, like stay hydrated, someone died, you might not be right now? Is that the logic? Sounds real enough for a US city/town. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a sneaky pressure plate. Yeah, we'll have a bunch of pressure plates over here, and then we'll launch some fires. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll launch some fire, an invisibility potion. So we'll use just a couple of invisibility potions here. Splat. Okay, so I've got the messiest inventory in the world, chat. I'm just gonna go dispose of this in this room over here in the corner, where no one will notice it all. Just there we go. Get rid of it all. Not my problem. Okay, so that was exactly my thinking. I mean, I don't disagree with the logic there. Then I guess, you know, like if someone was going to, okay, so then we'll put the pressure plates over here. I think the time you're probably looking after your health the least is after you're going through something. And it's useful to have someone to take you through that. But it's funny, I guess you should really be giving people vices. No, vices are bad if you're going through something bad. Yeah, I guess hydration is the one vice that is objectively good for you. Chat, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm addicted to water. I drink so much of it, so regularly, and it just tastes so good. I always tell myself I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna not do this anymore. But I just love the water too much. I've gone to addiction counselors for the water addiction, and I'll be honest with you, all of them just keep telling me keep on doing it. They're all bad. They're very bad influences on me, and I've concluded at this point that I'm in too deep. There's no way out of this now. I guess, how do I stop this being like that? Do I put some detectors in here? So redstone repeater. Yeah, I guess we put some redstone repeaters facing this way. There we go. Oh, that's still. There we go. Okay, we did something, and then we put some redstone there. That achieves the exact same thing. And then we just put some bricks here and here. Except this should be staircases. Good thing there's some stairs there. And we'll just test that it actually... And then you're in a very weird room otherwise. Addicted to water, total jackcuff victory. I'm addicted to oxygen. The withdrawal is so bad when I try to stop. I I'm one of the dumbest teenagers I've ever met. I spent a long time thinking, like, if you just really believe in holding your breath for long enough, you'll just die. It's one of those things where, like, people around me tried to explain, like, I remember I had a conversation with someone. He's like, you know, if you held your breath till you passed out, you would just start breathing again. And I was like, are we sure about that? Have you ever held your breath till you pass out? I'm not sure that's a thing. I can't imagine that's a believable thing. Also, hi, what are you building? Says Robin Minecraft. Can you hold your breath till you pass out, actually? Also, what I'm building, says Robin Minecraft. This is what I am building right now. It is a brick mansion. I think it's pretty nice so far. I think we're just missing a couple of extra nicer features here and there. But it's going quite well. Okay, so yeah, this room over here is fairly empty, but we're gonna have a couple more of these. This room has to so every room needs to give you a copious amount of something that is not overpowered, but it's just kind of a pain to get in Minecraft otherwise. And so, you know, for example, what if there was a place you could go and you could get a silly number of... Actually, no, another place for bookshelves would actually be pretty cool. So what if we make a room that's just bookshelves? It's just a big old wall of bookshelves, and when you break through it, you get to the other side. It's something for now. It's not perfect, but it's something, right? We want to make sure there's at least something for all of these rooms. There's nothing that you can hate more than a room that provides nothing for you. So this room right here, I think, should have a giant toy cat in it. So yellow wool. I guess not a giant toy cat. Not even a giant toy cat. Let's have a polar bear. Let's go with some white wool. And some black wool. And let's make a polar bear. I'm not going to do as good as a job as Minecraft does. And inside that polar bear will have, you know, something very silly. So what do polar bears have on the inside of them, chat? They have something bad, right? Chest full of rotten flesh. I guess like some fish actually would make some sense. So it's there's a chest full of tropical fish, or puffer fish, or bucket of you know, let's have a bucket of tropical puffer fish inside the belly of this polar bear. So this room will be the polar bear room. It can be a max of 5 blocks wide. That's an entirely fine limit. Yeah, this is gonna be too big or too small. You know, we'll work it out. We'll also, with regards to being more or less autistic than you think, it is funny. I've heard the idea that girl autism is a whole different set of symptoms to, you know, what people traditionally think of as autism. And I guess my overall. Yep, this is my beautiful structure. Please do not question it. And we'll just have a little chest hanging out over there, and in that chest can go bucket of tropical fish, and then we'll just top it all off. And then, except not on these sides, obviously. That would be silly. There we go. Looks wonderful to me. Is this what a polar bear face looks like, chat? I don't know that it is. Is this a polar bear? Yeah, that's what a polar bear looks like. Yeah, this is very wonderful. Zero complaints, zero issues. Nice polar bear. Thank you very much. I think it's a nice polar bear too. Autism has me, says ML. Good bear. Yeah, I'm doing a pretty good job. All things considered, I think that we've done a wonderfully good job here. And then we just have to work out on this side. I think giving people some raw copper would be nice. So this map won't have trial chambers at first, because obviously they're not out in official Minecraft yet. So giving people something... Yeah, but they will be coming soon, so we don't need to give people copper now. But we could say, hey, I know it's hard to get your hands on some honeycomb blocks. What if there was a way to do that? And all you've got to do to get these honeycomb... We put them somewhere weird, like in the ceiling or something. Oh, no, you can't. We literally cannot do that. Yeah, I guess it's going to have to be a big old blob in the floor. But to get through to, you know, to get that stuff, you have to deal with a little bit of risk. And what is that risk? It's it's gonna be an illager. I think it'd be cool if we had a guy in here, like what's it called, a Vindicator. But the Vindicator exists solely to guard his honey. He has no interest in you otherwise. Oh, it's peaceful. He has no interests otherwise. He's just here because he wants to guard that honey, and he will be mad at you. And in a structure that otherwise is just filled with polar bears, I think having an actual mob will catch people off guard. So we'll keep him in here in a better way. We're gonna need some stairs. If we keep him in here in an actual way, I think that would do some real good stuff. So, where are the mangrove stairs at? I feel like I've lost them. By the way, look how many stairs Minecraft has, chat. I just realized there's a full inventory load. Why don't you put the polar bear in the void? You know, that's a very rude thing to do to polar bears. If you like polar bears, consider not putting them in the void. Just an idea. It's all I'm saying. So we do the same up here. There'll be a gap which we can theoretically climb through. No, wait. Yeah, that doesn't... If we remove that, and then replace it with a slab. Okay, so now there's a way for you to get in, but not for mobs to get out. And then we'll have the guy exist there somewhere. You know, it's going to be hard, actually, so I'll just move you in. Won't think about it too hard. Yeah, as a player, you won't be able to just... It needs to be something that forces you to crouch. So maybe like a trapdoor. Or we can do a one-way entrance sort of thing where you have to fall down rather than go up. Yeah, I'm sure that can be easily set up. So below that block is that. No, I have no idea what I'm doing here, chat. I have zero idea. Okay, this works for now. Here's Johnny. Also for a bit, streaming for 2 hours. Says Smith the Web Explorer. You know, what's so great about the web that makes it worth exploring? What are you, a spider? Oh, that's what I reckon. Also, Red Rider, hi, does your identical twin do geography? Oh no, there's this guy who's been impersonating me forever under that IBX2cat name. Looks suspiciously like me, but has precisely no relation. Trust me when I say that. There is, you know, I'm gonna have to get my lawyers on him or something. Very, very crazy the level of impersonation people can have these days. Okay, so I have an idea. You know how concrete powder's great, but getting sand and getting gravel's hard? What if we had a room that had precisely both of those things? So one half of the room could be... Where did my sand... Didn't I just get gravel? I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. I'll grab a block, and then I just won't see it. Okay, so half of this room is going to be gravel. We're going to have at least 16 pieces of it. Exactly 16 if we can. So that is... Yeah, this will make a nice 16 gravel. And then 16 sand. And in the middle, we could have some concrete powder or something. So what's the most important concrete powder? Or the hardest to get concrete powder? I think it'd be fair to say it's probably... I think cactus is easy. Orange is easy. A lot of the colors are easy. I tend to find it's like black that's hard to come across. And also black is the most important. And so we then have a wall of black concrete powder here. And then another wall of black concrete powder. But it's interrupted. And then on the top here is a chest. And then above that, I guess we just put a wither rose in the chest, honestly, all things considered. Wither rose times 3. And then smart people will piece together that they can use that to make some extra black concrete powder. A simple thing. There's the Andrew guys too. IBX2cat's into HelloFresh because he doesn't cook. IBX2cat is into air fryers because he doesn't cook. Yeah, they're entirely different people. There's no overlap between us really if you really dive into it. Yeah, I like what we've got here so far. I think I guess we need to work actually hard. There we go. Let's go inside. Okay, so I think this room, just having polar bears in it is like acceptable, but it needs to have some official reason to exist. So we're gonna put together some basic furniture. Everyone loves the basic furniture. You know, we just put a little chair together, a little table together. Look how convincing my table is, chat. And then we'll have another table over here. Oh, look at this. It's like a living room. I'm fully buying into this illusion that I am crafting for myself. So I have a chair, and I'll have another chair over there. Just, you know, the most basic dining room you can imagine. All being fed, of course, from a smoker, which is going to exist over here. And so the smoker is going to be useful. You could take it for your own right. But also inside of the smoker is going to be some raw food of some import. I think not as good as like raw pork or something, but just a ton of raw salmon. Everyone loves raw salmon. Just a nice stack of that. And so if you can find your own fuel for it, you could power the smoker. And maybe over here we'd work out a source of light. You know, something that's good. So some jack-o'-lanterns just piled up in the corner, you know, just surplus to requirements. And there we go. We got something wonderful. People who can look and they can enjoy the view from the giant window, food from the smoker, and in fact, wait, let's go a step further. I hate this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because sometimes that's what you gotta do in life. Also, Blueberry Audio. Very weird how that is. You're getting better with your building skills. Good. Yeah, look how good my table and chairs are, chat. Do you see how the stairs are a seat? It's so realistic, right? There's nothing else for it. And then I don't know, just for a little bit of extra fun, we could take, if we work out where the wall is, over there. Oh, the wall, it's gonna be harder to, like, line up with anything real here. But if we work out where the wall below us is, okay, it's too far that way. Yeah, if we put blue ice here, it will ruin something. So we could just put a blue ice pathway right through the middle of this. Okay, so we'll leave that there and have or we could like cut it out there too, maybe. And then we'll have a blue ice path just go right through the middle of this. And the challenge will be how far can it go? Is this a good addition to a structure? Some would say no. But I think at the bare minimum, you're going to teach people a valuable lesson about boats from this. And that's kind of cool. So you go flying out the edge here. It's going to feel cool as heck. I think just giving people that moment alone is worth everything else combined. Or maybe you put this on the roof. Yeah, you know what? I would say put this on the roof. I would say putting it here is messing up what we otherwise have going on. Let's put the blue ice track on the roof, just for anyone who comes up here to look. Just pre-place the boat in the right direction. We'll try to like perfectly place it straight on. Yes, I love it. Out the window is funnier though. And now people know they can go flying over the edge and they can enjoy something. So here it is. This is my brick mansion. I think I spent close to 2 hours making this. Earlier you made a hole in the brick floor and fixed it with mangrove planks. Please make it bricks. My OCD is killing me. Oh, sorry, Spirit of the Galaxy, you're right. So, earlier I was working on this room here, the beekeeping room. And the floor above, floor to the next room, I replaced with mangrove planks. And he's saying he wants it to be bricks. So let's quickly make sure that we make it into bricks. As you can see, this is a brick block right here. And so just for you, I'll fix that right up. You're welcome, Spirit of the Galaxy. Glad to help you out. But yeah, this has been a fun stream today. I enjoyed it a lot. My intention is to make over 30 brand new structures. And it takes a long time to make some of them. But I think it's worth doing for moments like this. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, then, I don't know, give me money or go watch my videos. That's my pitch. Yeah, I have had a very lovely evening, but I have to go record Q&A Saturday now, because it's Friday, and Q&A Saturday has to be out on Saturdays, which is tomorrow. So I need to go record that. It's good to see you. Goodbye. Have a lovely day, everyone. And don't forget to pet your friendly neighborhood cats. Because one day they won't be there anymore. Bye. I really like this. I feel like it's only 95% of the way there. But I feel like we just kept on making little improvements and we eventually got a structure. That's pretty cool. Okay. See you next time. You know, I can't resist. Just one more time. Just one more. Ooh-wee. It's just so cool. You play that with some Freebird over the top, you'll be set for life. Okay, goodbye. Oh, that's why the boat wasn't in the right place. Very rude of the polar bear.